Hey, it's James from HalfSunDSP again, and we are back with another video. And this time I want to do a quick comparison between hardware and software. So hardware we're looking at is the JE-1000 boost. That was the signature secret sound for Alexi Laiho and Children of Bodom throughout their career. So that's the original JE-1000. Then the more modern variants are like what's in here, which is the MM04 ESP booster. And then as well, nowadays you can also get the ALX boost, which is as part of the EMG ALX set, which is also cool. So going from the onboard booster to give a little bit more versatility and to make these tests a little more scientific and a bit more accurate, I've gone and remade the original circuit. So this is the original JE-1000 with a lot of painstaking effort has gone into recreating it perfectly. We've done that and made all the necessary modifications to the output so that it can be in a pedal format, which is just this. So there's just a little prototype just to make a part-for-part replica of the JE-1000, but in a pedal format so that you can test it with every type of guitar and, you know, ring amp and do all that sort of stuff. So I have, it's a bit of a crazy scientific mess here, but I've basically gotten rid of all of the other capacitor values that are on the little dip switches to make sure that it's only on the signature boost setting that we all want. In order to do a fair comparison, I've got a direct clean take of one of the ReaperBoost demo songs that we've been doing here. So I've got a clean version of that, and then I have reamped one track, which you'll see in Logic in a second. I've reamped one track through the pedal, the hardware, so this is the exact JE-1000 circuit. And then we have the other channels that are running with the plugin, so the ReaperBoost1K. Quick comparison, hardware versus software. Let me know what you think. Okay, so now let's jump into the Logic session and go through the comparison between the two. The top here, these two are the ReaperBoost1K, so it's the exact same performance. It was recorded clean through my Alexi guitar and then reamped through the pedal. Those tracks are these bottom ones, the JE-1000 left and right, that was reamped through this. Then we've got the ReaperBoost1K on these two tracks. So they're the stock settings. So this is a very generic kind of equivalent to this. Obviously with the hardware, you can't really control much. The peak control doesn't exist, so I've got it at about 50%. So that's exactly what the hardware is. We're on the 1380 setting, which is the signature setting, which is what this has. And then the boost is set basically the exact same as what the boost was, which was about there. And yeah, that's it. There's no processing. It's literally just raw on the guitars. We've got some bass and stuff for context. But anyway, I'll stop talking now in a second. So real quick, last bit is we've got that track and then that track. Obviously, as you can see, the boost adds a lot of gain and level to the signal. So it's a little bit hotter and it will clip the plugin differently. But we've got it set exactly the same on the plugin and exactly the same on the ReaperBoost, just so that it is a fair test. So we'll play them in context and we'll solo them out. Here we go. Cool. So in a mix, probably impossible to tell really. Let's hear them soloed out. Okay, so in solo, it gives us a bit more clarity. So it looks like the ReaperBoost1K's got a little bit more gain, which is cool. I guess the best part of having a plugin is you can just adjust it after the fact, and that's kind of the whole point of why I made this. So let's just turn the boost down on the ReaperBoost channels. Turn that one down as well. Okay, and let's hear that in solo again. Should be a little closer. Yeah, let that speak for itself. I think it's pretty cool. It sounds awesome, but let's go back into the mix because that's really the only thing that matters. So yeah, that is the quick rundown of the comparison between software and hardware. Obviously, hardware is great, awesome to have, really good to have a software option as well for those who don't want to modify the guitars and do all that sort of stuff. All right, it's been James. We will see you again soon.